Nigel hates when people pretend they don't want fries, and he's not just talking about food, he's talking about a life on wheels that keeps him moving through New York's streets and kitchens. Nigel Sylvester, a professional BMX rider from Laurelton, Queens, first made headlines as the face of a Subway surfing public service announcement. A few years _XYZ that it was a warning on the tracks. A decade later, he's still pedaling 15 to 20 miles a day, crossing from Brooklyn into Manhattan, and sharing his adventures in food as fiercely as he shares his stunts. It's that same blend of movement and curiosity that drives Nigel through the city's culinary scene. In an interview with Nikita Richardson for the Times restaurant newsletter, he spoke about Golden Crust, the Jamaican-style restaurant he calls New York City's most underrated spot. He's tried a handful of Jamaican joints, and only Golden Crust does it right for him: quiet, quick, and packed with authentic flavor. From there he leans into the other places that shaped his palate: Bronx Barbecue in Valley Stream with its ribs and wings, a childhood favorite; a Jamaican-Chinese fusion place in Rosedale, Queens, called Nakasaki, where a chicken and broccoli plate on white rice left a lasting impression; and Café Mogador, which he praises for its consistency and warm, neighborhood vibe. He's also scrolling down to the downtown Manhattan local corner store, where the ambience feels like a romantic, cozy date spot, a nod to how the city's food has evolved from hustle to comfort. Beyond the city, Nigel is branching out with the Go Right Community Bike initiative that's launching this week in Houston and Culver City in California. Even away from the urban grind, he finds the same rhythm, the joy of a bike while turning, the invitation to wander into new food scenes, and the confidence that every ride can lead to a new taste. He revealed a personal turning point, a trip to Mexico that reshaped his relationship with avocado. He says the fresh, creamy texture and the straightforwardness of Mexican avocado added a new layer of appreciation for the fruit, ideate the way he now treats simple ingredients on the go. The conversation also meandered back to homegrown memories. Nigel recalls the earliest of his restaurant visits, Bronx Barbecue, where his mother used to take him, and the ribs that cemented a lifelong fondness for comfort food. He shares the long, wind-filled takes from the Nakamani line at Nakasaki, where he'd often have to wait an hour for his order, but the effort was worth it. The Kiwi city's foods serve as a backdrop to Nigel's story, but the core of the narrative is his relentless commitment to biking as a means of seeing the world from a unique perspective. He credits riding for the momentum to taste the city at every corner and keep the action alive. And when people pretend they don't want fries, a reference to that small, universal cornerstone in many of the places he loves, he reminds us that authenticity on the road, in conversations, and in a plate is what keeps the journey exhilarating. Thanks for listening. Until next time, keep riding, keep exploring, and keep the fries fresh.